Welcome to the Voice of Oneness, your call to awaken. This show is your call to awaken to the truth of your being through the teachings of the Voice of Oneness, spoken by Amara. On this show, you will receive spiritual guidance and the teachings of oneness from the heart of spirit directly to your heart, along with the tools and techniques to apply these teachings to your day-to-day life. Tuning in each week, you will grow in a deeper, richer understanding of your true nature as teachings are offered about universal spiritual laws that govern our lives. You will learn the right use and application of these laws to achieve the richest life from the perspective of experiencing abundance in all areas of your life. Amara Bonet is a renowned psychic, spiritual teacher, coach, energy healer, mystic, and gifted visionary who taps into the higher realms to join with the vast collective of source energy. Now, your host of Voice of Oneness, Amara Bonet.
Greetings, friends. Welcome to the Voice of Oneness, your call to awaken. Thank you for joining me here this evening. We have a great show in store for you. It is Intentional Living, Unleashing the Power Within is the title we came up with. And it's going to be a great show. There's a lot of information to cover. So I want to begin with discussing the Unleashing the Power Within. We're going to talk about what that power is and about unleashing that power, claiming your divinity. Discover the incredible possibilities that await you when you harness the power of your intentions. Get ready to unleash the true potential within you and create a life of which you desire, that matches your aspirations, that matches what you wish to experience in your life, in this world, at this time. And that's so important, at this time. And I add that because this is a time of that's very chaotic. And it's changing rapidly. The energies are shifting, and we're all aware of it. And it's impacting our lives in our own individual experiences and collectively. So this setting the intention is vital for us to experience what we choose and not to be swept away in the wave of what's going on when we're not setting intention. So we eagerly await your questions this evening, and I'm so happy that so many of you do place questions in the comments or share your experiences. And as always, if you are viewing this on the replay and you're not live with us, that doesn't preclude you from asking a question or sharing an experience. You can go ahead and leave a comment, or you can email it to me directly at Amara, AUMARA, at Amara.com. And I will return a response to you. So know that you can ask away. Okay, so as we begin, I want to set my intention for this show tonight. My intention is to present the teachings for the purpose of awakening to the true nature of our being. This is what I do in the world. This is what I've been doing for quite a while now. I've been working with the team of the Voice of Oneness to present the teachings as they come to and through me of oneness to awaken, to help assist, empower anyone who is in resonance with what we are sharing here and what I share on my website and what I share in personal sessions. It's all about oneness. It's all about opening up to the unity consciousness. It's all about becoming empowered and understanding the true nature of our being so that we are prepared to meet the times of which we are engaged with at this time. So that's so vitally important that we understand that we are not at the mercy of anyone or anything, any circumstance, any event. As crazy as some of the events are in our world, we are fully empowered within. We hold the power within, the presence within. So my intention is to present the information as it comes to me, to heal separation in all of its forms within our consciousness. This is a challenging task, as we are in a time of which we are more divided than ever before. We are more divided. We are put in position to feel that there is a them and there is an us, and there is a right and there is a wrong, and there is a left and there is a right, so, in the political agendas. And this is all done purposely to separate us within our consciousness, so we don't unify, so we don't return to love, so we don't use our power within to experience the world of our choosing. We have chosen to be here on this planet at this time to experience exactly what's going on. And wherever we find ourselves within our consciousness is right where we need to be for our own soul growth. And what's most important to foster that growth is that we understand that we hold the power within, that we have choice, that we can choose an intention and set that intention. And when we stay the course with that, we experience the outcome of our choosing. That is so very, very, very crucial that we listen to these words and that we really take it in, we breathe it in, and we understand that no matter what's going on in this world at this time, we hold the power within to experience the world of our choosing. We must stand within that power fearlessly, unshaken by the world of appearances, by what's going on around us. We must learn to set an intention and then hold that intention. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Human nature will always point one in the direction of expansion. We are programmed from within, always. Each and every one of us is programmed to return to oneness. It may not appear that way when we're looking out through our physical eyes and we're looking at some horrific acts that are taking place in our world at this time. But we are each programmed to return to oneness. Does not mean that we all return at the same moment. It means it's within us. We will each, in our own way, in our own time, return to oneness. That's where we come from. That's where we return back to. And we shall. But all we need to do is understand that we are responsible for our consciousness. We're responsible for how we are working with our energy in the field of intention of which we live within. We are each responsible. No one is responsible for us. We are responsible for our own energy and the management of that in the field of intention of which we all exist within. The resulting evolution of humanity and all of creation is what is when we're setting the intention and we're responsible for our energy. What results in the field of humanity, in our expression, is that which we claim, each one of us individually, and then as a whole, collectively. We are to remember that we are spirit in human form. We are unlimited potentiality. We are spirit in human form. We are spirit having a human experience. It's not the other way around. We're not the human having a spiritual experience. We're not the human who one day starts to become aware that there's more to life than what we've been living, and that there is spirit, and that we are connected to it. And we try to tap into it. And then we feel that we're becoming more spiritual. That's not a truth. We are spirit first and foremost, having a human experience. The human overlay, we can call it an overlay, it causes us to forget that we're spirit, causes us sometimes to be confused, but that does not change the fact that we are first and foremost spirit having a human experience. Now let's set the foundation to build upon. I'm going to use the term God in this broadcast tonight, the term God. And many people today turn away from that term or the suggestion that there is a God. And this is something we need to look at directly. I'm going to use the term God. The term God is synonymous with divine intelligence, law, nature, love, source, allness, whatever we want to call it. It is that force. It is that source. It is all that is. We can call it God. We can call it nature. We can call it love. We can call it infinite intelligence. It matters not. What matters is that we are in recognition of this power, this force, of which created us and all of creation. That we recognize that we did not create all of creation, that we are part of creation. We are that which has been created. We did not create ourselves. That we must understand. There is a creative force, whatever we call it, but we must understand that there is a creative force. Now, this force, for this presentation tonight, we're going to call it the field of intention. This is the field. This is the field that connects all of us, connects everything in all of creation. This is the field. We are to understand about God, its nature. God is omnipresent. Omni coming from the Latin word meaning all present in all of creation, all places at the same time, omnipresent, omnipotent, all powerful, omniscient, all knowing. The field is all powerful, all knowing, all present, all at the same time, in every aspect of creation. God is present in every part and parcel of creation. Always aware, all knowing. Life is God, God is allness. We have come forth from the allness as individuated aspects of awareness, swimming in a sea of consciousness. We experience our unique point of consciousness. We are ever expanding life of oneness. We exist as energy in the field of motion, vibrating and ever moving forward. We've said in all of our broadcasts, we start with, we are energy. We are energy. Energy is in motion. Energy is vibrating, has a frequency, a measurable frequency. And the vibration is that which is the driving force here in our experience, our vibration. Where are we vibrating within the field? We're one with the field always. Where are we vibrating within the field? Now we can use a very clear explanation of that. We can say if we're vibrating, if we're in fear, and if our thoughts are fear, and we haven't set an intention, we have no plan for anything that we're doing. We're kind of just going along and letting things happen, however they may, and believing that that's our life. That's how we experience life. That is a lower frequency, as opposed to living with intentionality, setting your intention, understanding that you are divine and that you hold the power within to create the experience of which you are having, that you are of love. And every word, deed, and action of which you are expressing, when it comes from the field of love, you are at a much higher vibration than the field of fear. It vibrates at a much different rate. And that's important to understand. You are creative energy with unlimited potential. Unlimited potential, because we are that which created us. That which created us is unlimited potential. So we are unlimited potential. We limit ourselves with our beliefs and our understanding of what is, what we hold to, subscribe to, our cultural beliefs, our societal beliefs. We place limitations on what we can experience. And when we begin to become aware that we are unlimited cosmic beings with unlimited potential, then we begin to live differently. We experience a different world from someone who is very fearful and unaware of the true nature of their being. Doesn't mean that one who is fearful and unaware does not hold that power within them. It simply means it's unleashed. It's covered up. It's not being tapped into. It's not being utilized. It's not the experience yet. And I stress the yet. For when we are ready, when we are holding the readiness based on our vibration, then we start to experience. We start to experience, we start to grow, we start to expand in our consciousness. And those of us that are living with intentionality, those of us that do realize the power lies within, when we are in this world, we are impacting the field. We are impacting our brothers who do not realize that they hold the power. We are the ones that are ushering in the shifts of energy that are taking place at this time in the direction of unity consciousness. We are a powerful force in the world. So as we present this, it's for more of us to become aware that this is the direction for us to move within if we choose to unleash the power within. We are ever expanding life. We are the life of oneness. We exist in the field of energy of motion, vibrating, ever moving forward It is ever moving forward. It does not go backwards. It is ever forward moving. It may look like sometimes we go backwards, but that's just what our physical eyes see and what our mind may tell us based on beliefs that we hold that are untrue about the nature of our beingness. Our focus is on a very tiny part of the expression of that which we are. What we consider to be our life experience holds limitations based on beliefs, perceptions, mindsets, and creates the view of the world. We are creating energy with we are creative energy with unlimited potential. Once again, unlimited potential. Yet we are creating with a myopic illusion of forms as we're seeing through the lens of limitation. Not unleashing the power within, we're seeing through the lens of limitation. So now it's time to switch the lens. And now it's time to realize it's up to us, each individual, to set the intention and to shift our vibrational field. We must do it. No one can do it for us. We must do it. Let's talk of an intentional living journey. As always, we speak directly to the listener. We are here for you. We are you and you are us. This is part of your awakening, expanding your thought to open to endless possibilities for experiencing life. Now, I'm going to read this. This came to me, and this was fast and furious, so I had to write it down because I couldn't keep up with it. So I wrote it down. So I will read directly from the writing here. There is so much misinformation, so much confusion, superstitious practices. We see the practice of supposed spirituality. Those that are practicing in this way do not stop to consider the direct experiencing of the divine connection. Clothing does not make someone spiritual. Foods ingested does not make one spiritual. Words chanted do not make one spiritual. What does make one spiritual? The realization that one is of the Spirit. The realization of one's true nature. The experience of connectedness with Spirit within one's heart center. All are Spirit, yet all do not recognize the Spirit within. We do not recognize. We're distracted by the things of this world. All are having a spiritual experience, as all are continuously creating. Spirit creates. We are continuously creating. Although we might not appreciate what we create when we are not setting our intention, we're still going to experience creating because that's what we are. That's what we do. Creating in the field of human expression, yet not all or not many are aware of what they are doing, not aware of their spiritual power. Most individuals do not believe in their power. We do not believe we hold the power. We believe that others hold power over us. Governments, employers, partners that we have, friends, anyone outside of ourselves. We believe that what is outside of us holds power. That is a false belief. All hold the power to create and do so continuously. Yet not many hold vision. Many will complain about circumstances they are experiencing, yet they are unaware that they hold the power to change their experience. Complaining about, speaking out against, is misuse or misappropriation of power. Complaining about, speaking out about, misuse, misappropriation of power. That does not translate to when someone does something that is harmful, that we allow it to take place. No, we say no. We have the right to say the word no. Stand up and say no. This goes no further. No. That's a choice. And that's a choice backed by vision. For when we say no, we're holding a vision of what it is we wish to experience, because we know that we're not experiencing it, or we would not be saying no. So then it's for us to harness that vision and then set it intentionally into the field and call it forth, knowing that that is our divine birthright to do so. That's the step that we take in the right direction for the expansion of the consciousness of unity. Life is affirming. It is always expanding. Life transmutes, transcends, and evolves always. Life does not condemn itself. Life does not destroy itself. Life does not sacrifice itself. Once again, back to the beginning. We can say God synonymous with the word life. Life is ever whole, expansion of all that is good. I hope this is making sense. Your topic, my topic this week, was intentionality, setting intention. To hold intention is to direct energy, your energy, and how you relate to the field of energy of which you are one with. As the awareness, you hold the power to create. As the awareness, we are the awareness, aware that we are having a physical experience. We are the awareness. And as we are the awareness, we hold the power to create. We become aware of what is happening in our field, and we choose then, based on our awareness, what we wish to experience, moving forward, ever forward moving. As the awareness, we hold that power to create the intention and move with it to direct the energy of the field. You are a co-creator. You are a co-creator. A direct expression of energy, each and every one of us. We may not be aware of what we're doing, but that doesn't change the fact that we're doing it. We're just doing it without the awareness that we are. We are always creative energy expressing in the field. Holding the awareness of your power leads you to living intentionally. When you become aware, when we hold the awareness that we hold that power within, that we can choose, and we set an intention, and we focus our will on that intention. And that is our decree. That is what we intend to experience. We're living in a chaotic world. You want peace? Set your intention for peace. Set your intention to develop the peace within you so that you can then inject that into the world. Your energy, your light shines into the world. Because first, we've got to hold it. We've got to hold it inside so that we can join with it in the field. We must be a vibrational match. We must bring ourselves to the experience that we seek. The experience is not going to seek us out. We must bring ourselves to the experience that we seek. All is in the field. Remember, potentiality, everything is there. But we must decide what it is we are choosing and then bring ourselves to that vibrational match to then have that be our outcome. our expression in the world. We don't sit back and say, I want this, I want this, I want this, whatever we want. I want peace in the world. I want to experience love in my life. I want love in my home. Meanwhile, I sit back and I'm watching TV and I'm cursing the people on TV of how they could be so stupid and so ignorant and so horrific, and I want them out of my world. That's not a match. That's incongruent. That's not love. That's not a higher frequency. That's a lower frequency. That's a mind that's hijacked in the field of fear. That's not who we are. That's not how we were created. That's not what we're here to experience. We are love, here to experience love. As we awaken now to the field of love, we begin now with intention to decide, to choose how it is we want to live. What is it we want to experience? And then we must cultivate it. We must get to work and cultivate it within ourselves, not the government that we seek to rule us. That'll never happen because it's impossible. You can't do it. But you within yourself, you can bring about anything. You are unlimited potential. We just need to realize that. And once we do that, we join collectively with others who are of that realization. And that power then increases. And we begin to see a world of which the light is shining brightly, and not one of which we are stumbling around in the dark. And we are stumbling very much at this time. So as we are living intentionally, you are no longer going about your life willy-nilly. Once you recognize your divine power, you naturally take charge and enter into the creative dance for the manipulation of energetic expression according to your design. Manipulating of the energetic expression, that which is the field, according to your design. As you enter into this awareness, you are naturally vibrating at a higher frequency of knowing, and choose your steps accordingly. At any point, if you choose to intentionally go against life, if you choose to intentionally go against life, that which is not life affirming, that which is not uplifting, that which is not positive, that which is not loving, you will experience the energy as it comes back upon you to deconstruct in order to reconstruct in balance, because that's what life does. It's ever affirming. It's ever forward movement. It's ever in balance. So what goes out of balance will be dealt with in a way to bring it back into balance. When we get out of control, when we are not living in accordance with the spirit of that which we are, when we are believing that we are the powerful Almighty One, and we choose to take the steps to walk in darkness, and we choose power, and we choose greed, and we choose fame and fortune, and we choose to step on the backs of others to get what it is we want, it is guaranteed that that energy will come back upon us and destroy us. It'll bring us to our knees until we are at the point where we say enough is enough, I surrender. And then we start moving in a different direction. Or we won't be able to get up. It will come back upon us in order to restore balance. And if we go back to some ancient civilizations, we can look at the destruction that took place because it was so out of balance. And we are still in this world at this time, very out of balance. And we can see things crumbling around us. And they're crumbling because they must deconstruct to be reconstructed in balance. So that's a beautiful thing, and that's to celebrate, not to witness the destroying, but it is to say that, yes, it needs to take place because it is not in balance. And what will follow will be that which is in balance as it is reconstructed. Energy is energy. It's neither created nor destroyed. It simply is. It comes into form and out of form, into life and out of life. Life experience. So things crumble, things fall. We experience loss in our life. We never stay in loss, because after we go through the loss, then we go into the rebuilding. Then we go into that which is waiting for us, that which is new. And then that has a lifespan until we are asked to release that, to give way for that which is new. It's a cycle of balance. The energy, as it comes back upon you to deconstruct in order to reconstruct, in balance. Balance is always the driving force. Harmony is life. Harmony is life. So what matters is not the path that we place ourselves upon, as all will lead to where we wish to go. As we travel our chosen path, what matters is our intention. This is the factor that sets the course. Are we intending to be loving? Are we intending to be generous? Are we intending to teach? Are we intending to uplift? Are we intending to restore balance? Or is our intent that which is in darkness? Are we intending harm? Are we intending to profit off of someone's misfortune? That's harmful intent. If we enter into an action and someone suffers because of that action, if it was not our intent to cause suffering, that was not our intent. That's what matters. If our intent was to cause suffering, now we are in trouble. Now the energy is quite different, and it will come back upon us. So intention matters. Intention is what's the driving factor here. Align your will with the divine expression of love, and you shall experience the flowing of universal energies to match your will. Align your will with the divine expression of love, the characteristics of love, the divine expression of love. Realizing that I am divine. I am connected to all that is. I am the expression of God, of life, of nature, of infinite intelligence that's having a human experience. It's experiencing with us, in us, and through us. And when we choose to align with that, and we choose to act from that point, now we are in the flow of universal energies that will match the will when we set our will there. Ask yourself, what am I aligned with in this moment? What am I aligned with? Am I aligned with fear? Am I concerned for the safety and well-being of myself, of my government, of my country, of my friends, of my neighbors? Do I believe that I am helpless in affecting a change in this world? Do I believe that I've got to place my beliefs upon someone else? I've got to make them value me. I've got to make them see me because they're not seeing me the way I want to be seen. I want to identify as whatever it is I want to identify, and everybody seeing me had best identify me that way, or they're going to experience my wrath. That's not aligning with the divine love of that which we are. That's fear. That's fear. Ask yourself, what am I aligned with in this moment? And when you ask yourself, what are you aligned with? Ask yourself then, what is it I choose to experience in my life? What do I want to see in the world? What do I want to feel? What do I want to do? And when we answer those questions, then we set our intention and we place it within us. And this is where we set our focus. And we hold that intention in our mind. And we see the vision of that expressed in our mind. And we hold it there and we just focus on it. And then we feel what that feels like. If it is to intend to experience a more loving relationship with others that we are involved with in our life, be it family, be it friends, be it significant others, whatever it may be, then we must feel within ourselves the experiencing of that. We must bring ourselves to that experience and have it within ourselves. And then claim that this is my intention. My intention is to experience a loving world. As I set the love within me, I ignite the flame inside of me, and I choose to step into loving action. I choose to be aware of, am I loving myself? Am I taking loving action regarding myself? Am I treating others with loving kindness? Am I a match for that which I want to see? And if the answer is I'm not quite a match, then I've got work to do, and that's great because I can do it. I can set my intention. My intention is to operate this day in the field of love. And I take it day by day. And at the end of the day, I review. How did I do? How did I live my day? Did I slip up? Was I unkind to my fellow man? Was I unkind to myself? How did I do this day? Am I satisfied? Or do I need to revisit something and play it in my mind? And when I play it in my mind, if I've said some words to another that were unkind, I can replay it in my mind. And I could see myself and feel myself expressing the words, and as they roll off my lips, the words of which are kind. And I could see the expression on the other person's face as they are receiving the kindness rather than the unkindness. I could replay it in my mind. And as I replay it in my mind, it shifts energetically. Because if I'm willing to replay something in my mind, if I'm willing to revisit, that means that I am in the energy of forgiveness. I'm not holding that they're wrong and I'm right. I'm holding like, oh my goodness, I'm not at all pleased with my action. Let me revisit this. Let me change this. That's forgiveness. It's a form of forgiveness. That's a higher frequency. And I could go and do that and do it within my mind, and I set it straight between myself and that person, because we live in the field. We live in the field. We may be in our separate homes. We may be driving in separate cars, but we live in the field. We're all connected. And when we hold a thought and we hold it within our mind and we hold an experience that we've had with someone else, we're holding them in the field. And when we're sending love, that's what is sent to them. That's what they get to experience. If they're open to it, it comes immediately to them. If they're not, it circles around in the field until they are ready. And readiness could come at one day, they're just sitting having lunch, and all of a sudden, they get a little giddy and they don't know, whoa, I don't know what this is, but I feel really good. At that moment, they let it in. They didn't even know what they were doing, but they just allowed themselves to experience love. They opened their heart, and it was there waiting for them. And this is true for each and every one of us. So we must be aware of what we are putting into the field. What is our intention? What are we sending out? Are we sending out loving thoughts? Are we sending out lower frequencies? If we're sending lower frequencies, then we're going to live in a world that's torn apart. We're going to live separated from one another. We're going to experience war. We're going to experience famine. We're going to experience all that is ugly, because that is what we are sending out. If we do not choose that experience, then we had better start sending out an energetic expression, which is from the field of love. And the more of us that do that, the more loving world we get to experience. We are responsible. Each and every one of us is part of the whole. We must heal the whole body, not just ourselves. There is no true just ourselves. We are part of the whole. And as we are in this great awakening, it is to wake up to the fact that we are part of the whole. And if we have a sickness in one part of the whole body is sick. We've got to wake up. We've got to take responsibility. We've got to set our intention for that which we choose. We've got to understand that we must stand, each one of us, and claim our divinity. There is no one who can do it for us, no one who will do it for us. And we are not at the mercy of a government unless we choose to be, unless we believe what we're being told, unless we believe that to be true, unless we believe the government to be the almighty power in the world. It is a force. There's definitely a force within this planet. There's definitely a force. And it is one which tries to keep us from waking up. But guess what? We're waking up. And we're going to keep on waking up. And unity, consciousness, is the experience of which is ours by our birthright and that which we reclaim. Here and now on this planet, there's a battle going on for sure. We can feel it within our own selves when we try to walk a path and we keep falling down and we go, oh shit, I screwed up. Oh my. Okay, oh shit, I screwed up. Let me quickly replay. Hit the replay button. This is an energetic experience we're having here. We get a replay button. Hit the replay. Shift it. Don't let it continue. Don't let yourself spiral in thought that you are not worthy. Say, oh, I am worthy and I choose love. I choose peace. The path I walk is one in divine union with the Creator. And the Creator stands by me no matter what I choose. Knowing only love and knowing that all return to love. For in truth, we've never left. But that's a much higher experience to teach about at this time. But here in the trenches where we find ourselves, it is important that we recognize it's for us to set our intention. What is it we wish to experience? And it's grander, it's greater than I want a new car, I want a bigger house, I want a new job. Yes, that those things are great, and do set intention for them. You can manifest them, absolutely. But I caution that you don't make that your prime focus, that you take on the world and say, what is my intention for my energetic expression imprinted upon this world? I'm here on the ground, here in this life. What a gift. What a great gift it is to be alive. I'm here. I'm in a body. I'm having a human experience. I am part of the change. I'm an agent of change. Oh my gosh, how wonderful is that? What am I doing? People talk about leaving a legacy. And people think of, oh, well, I can't leave a legacy. I'm not famous. I have nothing to leave behind. I haven't written several books. I haven't done anything great. I'm not famous. Is that what it takes to leave a legacy? Think again. Because that which you express while you are in human form, that is your legacy. The energy you leave behind, as well as take with you. When you leave this earth, you take with you all the deeds that you've done on this earth. How have you lived your life? Have you loved? Have you truly loved? Have you allowed yourself to be loved? This is what matters. This is what matters. We are consciousness. We take with us the consciousness. We don't take the money. We don't take the big boats. We don't take the big homes, the fancy cars, the titles. We don't take any of it. It has to stay here because it is of this earth. It had a beginning and an end. We do not have a beginning nor an end. We are eternal life. But we are here. We've chosen to be on this game board. We're in the game. We're in the game to be part of the shift. We're waking up now. We're calling this a great awakening. And those that are tuning in to broadcasts like this are excited because you're having spiritual experiences. You realize there's more to life than what you had been taught. You realize that you are a spiritual being and you want to connect more deeply all the time. You want to learn about this. You want to go deeper. You want to go deeper. This is the deep dive. This is how we walk the path. This is how we walk with awareness that we are imprinting the field, that we ask ourselves, where are we in consciousness? What are we doing? So now it's time to take a station break. And when we return, I want to talk about setting intention and some of the steps that we take and what to do if we feel that we have limiting beliefs and how to work with that. So stay with me as we take our break now at WLTK Talk Radio. Welcome back to the Voice of Oneness podcast, your call to awaken at WLTK Talk Radio. We are talking here about living life with intention. intentionality, and the power within. The power within is the presence within. And when we align ourselves with that presence, with the field of intentionality, that's how we create. That's unleashing the power. So when we set a clear intention, we activate our subconscious mind, the field, and send a signal to the universe about what we want to create or achieve. We step into power as creators. We are engaged in the process of creation consciously in the field. We are choosing. We are empowered. We are expressing our energy, focused energy. We set an intention. We hold it within. And we know that that is our experience. And that's what we bring about. We do not live at the mercy of anyone or anything. We do not sit back and go, oh, this is just the way it is. No, we realize that we can shift the field. We realize that we hold the power, and we do it. The one aspect of the power of intention is the ability to enhance our motivation and drive. When we have a clear intention, we become more focused and determined. We feel that empowerment. We know through experience when we're doing this that we hold the power to make the change. So harnessing your thoughts and desires is an ongoing practice. It's not a one and done. It's not I set my attention to live in a world of peace and it's done. It's the continuous practice. It requires consistent effort, self-reflection. Where am I? Where is my consciousness? Where am I in the field? What am I intending? And the commitment to be present to the presence, to realize that as I live and breathe and have my life in this moment, it exists in the field. I may be in a human body, but I exist in the field. I am always connected to everything that's in the field. So we can say we live in the lap of God. We live in nature. We live in love. We are always in the field. When we intentionally direct the thoughts and aligning them with our desires, we create a powerful force for manifesting our goals and living a more fulfilling life. Mastering the art of intentionality involves developing a deep level of self-awareness, cultivating focus, and taking deliberate action towards your desired outcomes. Here are some steps for manifesting the art of intentionality. Number 1, clarify your values and priorities. Understand what truly matters to you and align with your intention. Your core values. Reflect on what brings you joy, fulfillment, and meaning. If we look at a core value and we say, okay, I may be identifying myself in this world as whatever it may be, but is it my core value that everyone on the planet has the right to express freely that which they're choosing to experience? Because if I'm asking for acceptance, I had best be accepting of everything and everyone around me. In order for me to experience it, I will never experience it if I don't cultivate it first inside of me. Know that. That is key. We can't demand respect from someone. We must have self-respect, and then it is recognized, and then we receive respect. Reflect on what brings you joy. Set clear intentions. Be specific. Clearly define what your experience is to be. Vague intentions make it difficult to focus your energy. Be clear. Be concise. It doesn't have to be this lengthy, very deep, very difficult to work with intention. Write down your intentions. That makes them more tangible and actionable. When you write them down, you read them over and over. You hold yourself to them. Visualize your intention. We talked about that. Engage with it in your mind, the visualization of it. Feel the sensations. Feel it. Cultivate mindfulness and presence. Mindfulness to bring attention to the present moment. Where am I within this moment? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? If I am not aligned with the choice that I have chosen to be my intention, let me realign myself. Let me reconnect. If you are working with something that requires electricity and you make a move and the plug just happens to fall out of the socket, you don't sit there and go, oh my God, I am forever disconnected. You go, oops, and you get up and you reconnect. You plug it back in. We're to do the same thing. Plug back in. If you feel disconnected, plug in. What do you need to plug in? Intention. I intend to plug into the field. I intend to focus on the presence of that which is with me and within me. That is God. That is love. That is infinite intelligence. That is nature. That is all that is. Plug in. Develop self-discipline and focus. Train your mind to stay focused on your intentions. Resist distractions. They're all around us. One big one is called the news, the propaganda, the bullshit. Do not allow yourself to be hijacked. Set your intention on what you want to experience in your world. It's here for you. What do you want to be your experience? And set your intention aligned with that. That which is good, that which is life-affirming, that which does not condemn itself, that which does not sacrifice itself. We don't sacrifice ourselves to go along with the majority because we're afraid that we may be struck because we are not in agreement with the majority. That is not living. We are here to live, to experience life. We are spirit having a human experience. If we upset someone, oh well. As long as our intention is good, that we do not mean harm, that we are standing in our own belief, that makes the difference. Know that we are here to experience our power as co-creators in the field of love. We're not here to let someone else shut us down. We're not here to be condemned. We're not here to be disenfranchised. We're here to awaken. And the call is now. The opportunity is here. All we need to do is claim it. Set our attention to align with the field of love. Live our life from the field of love. Does not mean that, whoa, the magic wand is waved and life becomes just so easy. No, there's still strife. There's still struggles. But it's how we approach them. We approach it with a loving heart. When we see someone that is on the streets living in a tent, we do not condemn them. We do not pity them. We realize that they are where they are in this moment. This is an experience that they are choosing, that they are having. And as we begin to place our love into the field, we create a more beautiful experience. And it increases the potential that they may choose a different experience. That we may, as a collective group, go, this no longer is okay. What can we do to help our brothers and not condemn them? What can we do? We can work on making it right within ourselves, because we are the one in the tent. You can't disconnect. You can't say, I am not that, for we are that. We are that because we are all part of the whole. And when one part of us is ill, we are all ill. So we cannot jump in the tent and say, okay, wake up, awaken, awaken. Come on, you are a divine child of God. Wake up. It ain't going to happen. There's too much of a gap between where one is there in consciousness and that which we're speaking of now. But we can speak to the ones that are listening. We can speak to the ones who this resonates with. We can speak to the ones who are seeking a deeper connection. We can speak to the ones who are seeking to make a change in the world. The change happens within you. Make it happen. Reflect. Set your intention and live. Live the experience of love. Help to bring about the change that you seek in the world. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, you must be the change you wish to see. And this is law. This is so. We'll never see it if we cannot hold it. We must be it first. We must be it first. We must be the power that goes through the grid that lights up the world. We must be that light of the world. We must recognize that that's what we are. We must plug in. So we get to set our intention. And we get to choose. And each one of us will choose based on what are our core values. What do we want to experience? What do we want to see? What is it we wish to hold? And if we are having trouble with our beliefs, there are steps that we can take. One is becoming aware of what limiting belief we may be holding. I may be holding a belief that I just don't matter, that I just don't have a voice. My voice is one little voice in the wilderness. Well, guess what? The voice in the wilderness shouts. You have a voice, you have a presence. Use it. Start using it and you will see it will grow. Gratitude. To be in gratitude for the fact that your feet are on this planet, that you are here at the greatest time of human experience on this earth. It may not look that way through physical eyes, but it is guaranteed that this is the Great Awakening. This is the best time to be on the planet. And this is the time, the most opportune time for our growth. We are spirit, first and foremost, and we have chosen a human experience. And because we are spirit, we are one with that which created us. That which created us is taking this ride with us. It's always inside. It's the presence within. When we form relationship with the inner world and not believe that the outer world determines our life expression, then we hold the power. It is unleashed. What is it you choose? What is it you intend? I leave you with that, and I thank you for staying with me and listening. And it is my intention to be wholly within the field of love, be the expression of love to the highest degree of which I personally can hold here and now, and to share that with all others, and that we may come together and experience the world of which we deserve, that which is beauty, abundant love, joy, and the freedom to create Let's unleash the power. And so it is. So be it. Thank you all. Good night.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.